Alright, so today's going to be my very first manga review, so please bear with me. I haven't reviewed anything in a very long time, so here we go. Negima, Magister Negi Magi, is the longest running series by Ken Akamatsu, who is also known for creations such as AI Love You and Love Hina. Love Hina was more of a harem type of scenario. Then again, most of Ken Akamatsu's works are. However, Ken Akamatsu always has a thing for fan service, and in Negima, I'm just gonna say this now, get this out of the way. You do have some fan service. There is a lot of scenes where the girls are bathing and they're naked, but there's never ever full-on nudity. There's always, a convenient blur. Negima, so far, from what I've read up to volume 7, I am in love with this series. I got into it not knowing what to expect. I kind of figured, hey, if it's done by Ken Akamatsu, obviously there's gonna be scenes, where the guy gets himself into a situation where he sees the girl naked, or he pulls down her clothes, and she punches him, he goes flying, end of story. Yeah, you do get some of that here as well in Negima, but to a much lesser degree. Our main protagonist, Negi Springfield, is only 10 years old, so the fan service aspect and the whole, jargon with him disrobing the girls and manners are a little more silly and a little more tongue-in-cheek this time around. 10 years old, he just graduated from a magic academy. However, his task, in order to further his training, is to become an English professor in a Japanese all-girls school. So, Negi has his work cut out from the very start. Not only is he 10 years old, but he's teaching girls who are mostly older than him and are not going to take him seriously. So, I find this pretty hilarious already just to begin with. Negi's main goals are mainly to further his magic to become the best Magister Magi in the world. Also, and he also wants to find out more about his father, who is at this point rumored to be dead. So I'm not going to get a little too into that, but those are his goals. The funny thing is, he's got to teach all of these girls now. Alright? This is 31 girls he has to take care of in his class. It's not going to be an easy task at all. Sayo, Yuna, Kazumi, Yue, Ako, Akira, Kakizaki, Asuna, Kasuga, Chachamaru, Madoka, Feiku, Kanoka, Haruna, Setsuna, Maki, Sakurako, Mana, Bingshen Chao, Kaide, Shizuru, Fuka, Fumika, Satomi, Chisame, Evangeline, Nodoka, Natsumi, Ayaka, Satsuki, and Zazie. Holy crap. Now my main concern with this series going into it was, how were all these girls going to get enough time to develop, and how different would they all be from each other? Now, Ken Akamatsu delivered in all aspects in the regard to character development when it comes to these students. I didn't think that they were all going to be developed so well, but after a while, you're able to tell the difference between, Zazie and Setsuna, or Sayo and Ayaka, or Chisame and, Haruna. It's really confusing at first, and you will be overwhelmed by the amount of girls in that class. However, like I said before, my worries were put to rest really easily because this this story is fantastic. So far, from what I've read, most of the girls, if not all of them, were fully developed, had enough time to develop. And what's great about this series is that when Negi joins the school, right away he starts off on the wrong foot with one of his students, Asuna, and she is pretty much the female protagonist in the story. She's always the one who ends up getting disrobed for some reason because of Negi. Whether it be a sneeze or a spell, it does get old after a while. However, from what I've seen so far, I love the relationship between these two characters, because at the very beginning, she starts out tsundere. She absolutely can't stand being taught by a 10-year-old. Not only that, but she also hates him for the sole reason that he replaced the teacher that she had a crush on. After a while, she does start to warm up to Negi, but you guys gotta find that out on your own when you read on in the series. Volume 1 is a great introduction to the Negima series, and so far there's already like around 34, 35 mangas out there in Japan, and around 31 or 32 released here in North America. I only have 30 of them. So I would definitely suggest that you guys check it out. I personally love it. I especially love the characters for the sole reason that they're all different in their own ways. There's a lot of funny ones, there's a lot of mean ones, there's some that are trying to get after Negi for his powers. You know, it's not just the class, it's just not the class that has the cast of characters. More characters are introduced later on into the series, so it's pretty interesting how that goes. And the funny thing is, Negi, being the Magister of Magi and everything, he cannot use magic in front of them. Otherwise, if they find out, he can be turned into a weasel. So right away, that's pretty funny. However, I'm going to spoil it a little bit here. Asuna sees him use magic, and wow. She starts blackmailing him, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Once she finds out that he uses magic, it just becomes amazing. And it's wonderfully fantastic. So far, some of my favorite characters would definitely have to be Ayaka. She's kind of the rich, the rich schoolgirl with all the money, and she actually has a major crush on Negi. The reasons for her major crush on Negi happens to be really deep and really interesting, and actually kind of sad. And I don't mean in a pathetic way. Once you figure it out into the series, you'll definitely find out why I think she's a fantastic character. Chisami Hasegawa, she is a very rude, mean character to Negi. She absolutely can't stand him for anything. But however, she has a kind of a double personality and an alter ego as well, which makes her so fantastic in her own way. So she's funny. Evangeline McDowell. Now, I don't want to spoil anything right now, but Evangeline, let's just say she's fantastic. At first, she starts, the series starts out without her, kind of like just sitting in the back of the class, minding her own business, until she finally, reveals who her true self is and her main motivations. And she's absolutely hilarious. She's a riot. Nodoka. Oh, I love Nodoka for the simple fact that she is absolutely shy. She's the shyest character in the series. She is so timid and meek. And she develops a crush on Negi as well. And I just love her bangs, how they cover her eyes. And she's such a sweet character, absolutely innocent, pure, and cute. Another character I seem to fall for was Kaede Nagase. She is actually, I don't want to spoil it, but she studies ninjutsu and stuff like that. And she's a pretty awesome character in her own right. She's very supportive of Negi, and she helps him out. Kazumi, the news reporter of the school, is absolutely hilarious, always getting her nose into other people's business just for the sake of getting a news story. Yue, with her strange drinks, and then of course Asuna. The interactions with all the different classmates that Negi has to deal with, on top of the other characters that are introduced later in the story that go after him because of his magic and his lineage. Once again, I can't suggest this one enough. So, Negima, Magister Negi, Magi. Main complaints is, going into it, you're going to feel overwhelmed by all the characters introduced. It does take a few volumes to, kind of get them all out there in the open so you guys can appreciate them all. But, and there is the fan service, the blatant Ken Akamatsu joke of, girls getting disrobed in front of the guys' faces. It's pretty hilarious, but it does get old after a while. So, thanks for watching my review for the Negima Volume 1. If you guys would like to see more manga reviews, please let me know if I, missed anything in this review, or if you would like to see me talk about something more in manga reviews. Tell me what I can do better to help further myself. And also, I plan on doing the next review on the K-On! Series, the manga series. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Rate, comment, subscribe, and please let me know if I can do better on these. How I can do better on these. And, okay, there's not much more I can say.